Hi everybody, I'm Carolyn and I'm here to share another channeled message from the LightKeepers, a group of angelic beings I channel on a regular basis. So today's channel is on human love, and it talks about it in a way that I can relate to, and I will tell you my story about it too. And yet it's kind of not how we think about it if we're not going through this kind of awakening journey, I think. But anyway, welcome to all of you who are new as well. I'll just point out that there is a welcome video on my own YouTube channel, Carolyn Zaiser, and that'll tell you a little bit more about my journey and how I got started channeling the LightKeepers, as well as a free gift video for you coming on over to my channel. And it is about flow, how to create it in your body for health and wellness. 6 tips that have come from my distance energy healing business. Additionally, if you're watching on Higher Self, you'll find that I will post a link below in the comment section. So let's just get right down to the channel now, and I'm going to make a couple comments, tell you a little bit about my life journey with respect to this. And I think you'll probably be able to relate to some of what this channel has to say. So let's get going. Love, I'm calling this human love. Love often finds a way to break apart when human-made from the heart. Hurt and pain, emotions to bear that tear one to pieces and leave you lying there. Broken apart like you never have surely, feeling you'll never live more again. Depth of emotion that humans do feel when they give their heart to another still without bringing the soul along, and only human unconsciousness to sing its song. But when one opens up to love of the soul, no more unconsciousness continues to unfold. And then you see the other too in a different way, beginning to see things for what they truly are, rather than what they had been, hidden from view and the human afar. Now the love changes in your eyes, a much deeper, fuller, mindful kind. Thinking of how you love now so, with awakening of the deepest of your own beautiful soul. So there's the channel for today, and I got thinking about this and how, and it really goes to whether we're living our lives consciously or unconsciously. And what I've realized in this awakening journey, there can be a lot of people who aren't awakening, that are living their lives very, very consciously. And I won't go into all the examples, but I've really reflected back on this when I'm thinking about family members and friends coming along on this journey, and that they're really not awakening. But then I'm looking more at their lives, and I'm realizing, and of course I channel, so I kind of know more about their past lives than other folks might. But things will come to me about them, and now I'm realizing so much of what they're doing is they're living the trueness of their life. They're living consciously without, like, formally awakening like we do when we get blasted forth into this world that you can hardly explain to anyone. And honestly, it's interesting because I was living unconsciously until I had my awakening. So what I'm wondering is, those of us who are awakening, or at least some of us, were we just not living unconsciously or consciously before that? And so we had to have the awakening. And of course, we have a greater part of this journey too, I think, that is that magical piece, I think, your gifts awaken, etc. Because now I know that the folks that I'm referencing in this, that are my family or friends, they don't really have intuitive gifts, or they haven't had these like magical synchronicity experiences, or they're not aware of them, I guess I would say. Whereas when we go through spiritual awakening, we often are. And so I started wondering about this. And not that I have an answer, I'm just kind of pondering it and thinking, well, maybe I had to get snapped wide awake because I was so unconscious and I wasn't living consciously. And this is how I had to start living consciously. And this is how they had to get to me. My soul had to wake me up. Whereas these folks are living already in this manner. So I don't know about that. But anyway, I wanted to toss out. But a big part of this, though, is talking about the love component. Being unconscious and loving someone, and particularly in my younger days, can create all kinds of chaos. And working from the human, or for me it did at least, working from the human perspective of life and not appreciating the other person for who they truly are and what they bring, and not being able to step back and look at it, I guess I would say, kind of from the inside out, but really the outside in some ways, where you're able to see it differently rather than be so wrapped up in the human experience of it and the emotion of it. And I think that's the unconscious part of it that we often live life in, or at least I did, and that's why I wanted to reference that for you. Now, after having gone through awakening, my actions, my thoughts about other people, loved ones I've had in the past, relationships, see them so differently. There's a part of me that wants to do it over again, to be able to express myself differently and handle things differently than I did in my younger years. And I think the awakening does that to us. And I really think this is what it's talking about. When we don't bring along our consciousness into relationships, how much strife that can create. And with the awakening, for many of us, that changes everything. And we love differently, and we love more deeply, and we love with greater understanding. So I could kind of talk a long time about this, but I think that's enough to say here with that. And I hope you enjoy this channel. And also, I'm just going to mention real quick, head over to my Facebook page, Purple Rain Healing, if you want more channels, just little short ones that I do, and I will post that. I don't do typically as YouTube videos. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.